We've got this post from Mr. Andy No on X. On October 11th, Portland police arrested 2 conservatives near the ICE facility. A conservative activist was struck on the head with what is believed to be a rock near the ICE facility. He fell to the ground. The suspect fled and got away. While in the hospital, the assault victim, Brian Wesley Crowell Drogged, was criminally cited by police for 4th-degree assault, though it's unclear for what incident. Separately, a man named Harold Alston Smith was arrested and charged with 4th-degree assault. He allegedly got into a physical scuffle with a leftist woman who confronted him. The woman was not arrested. I'll also add Nick Sorter was physically attacked, and when he went to the police, he got arrested. Katie Davis Court was bashed in the face with a pole, injuring her face, and the police refused to arrest her assailant. Consistently, we are seeing responses to these stories from commenters and conservatives saying, why are the police arresting the victims? Perhaps at this point still, there are many conservatives that believe the police can never do anything wrong. But I will stress this point. It is time to realize what time it is. Donald Trump went on social media and said the governor of Illinois and the mayor of Chicago should be in jail. The governor responded with, "Come and get me." Troops from Texas have been deployed into Illinois over the refusal of Illinois and other blue states in similar circumstances to follow the law of the duly elected government. And we are watching police in Portland arrest innocent people ideologically opposed to their rule. This can be very simply and basically described to anybody who understands. If we were in Japan doing a contemporary analysis on modern politics in the United States, we would simply, I should say, in any other country analyzing the United States, you would say Democrat law enforcement are arresting enemy partisans. That's the literal definition of what we are seeing. It has nothing to do with crimes. It has nothing to do with what the law should or should not be. It has everything to do with the fact that Portland police are a component of an ideological Democrat institution, and they are trying to subdue and subjugate enemies. People need to read history and learn about partisan conflict and what happens. It is not that the cop walks out and says, listen, I have no opinion whatsoever. No, what happens is the cop walks out and says, I was appointed by a Democrat. I was put in power by a Democrat. I'm a Democrat. Got to protect trans kids. And you're an evil Nazi bigot who's come to my town. Yeah. I am going to arrest you because the law doesn't matter. You're an enemy of this city.
This is a good segue back to I went to prison so you won't have to. Okay, and let's talk now.
And Merrick Garland didn't go to prison.
He did not go to prison.
For the same thing.
Now, here's to your point, Tim. Let's think about this. I get arrested in a circus arrest at the Reagan National Airport with my fiance. 5 armed FBI agents grab me in a gangway, and we just learned from whistleblowers that a dozen agents were involved in surveillance. The dozen agents who weren't going out and busting terrorists or anything like that, okay? For a misdemeanor, and I lived literally, Tim, right across the street from the FBI, and I had told them 2 days earlier, if you need me, just give me a call. Okay, now, that's the setup. Now, the guy who led that op was a guy named Walter Giardina. And whistleblowers have released documents through Senator Grassley's Judiciary Committee that trace this guy Giardina, Tim, to every single effort to take down Donald Trump dating back to 2016. You guys know better than most of this country what the Steele dossier is. That's the fake dossier that tried to tie Donald Trump to Russia that Hillary Clinton paid for. Who was the FBI agent who vetted that dossier and said it was real, not fake? Huh? One of them, Walter Giardina. This was back in 2016. It starts there. He was on that begat Crossfire Hurricane, which was that whole investigation which begat the Mueller report. Now, all of that gave the power to the FBI and the Department of Justice to go out and subpoena records and do this, that, and the surveil, all of that stuff. And then on top of that, and Shane is the only one who knew this, There was another operation called Crimson River,
I knew that.
aka Red Masari. You
I
knew that?
I knew it too.
Yeah. Now, that one was really interesting because that was basically a fishing expedition for subpoenas, surveillance, phone records, everything like that.
$10 million from
Giardina
Egypt.
was in charge of that. And then we go to Arctic Frost, which was the biggest of the J6 investigations, which again, so to your point here.
Is this guy fired? What's going on?
Okay, what's going on is he did get fired
Is he going
a
to
couple
jail?
of weeks ago.
They going to arrest him?
What I'm hoping, we're going to get more documents from whistleblowers that's going to dig him even deeper. Here's an even funnier thing here, and it's darkly funny. I found out that his father-in-law was a guy named Potts. Why does that matter? Potts used to be the deputy director of the FBI and was the head guy during what? Ruby Ridge and Waco.
Wow.
Okay? You can't make this shit up. Okay? So, I mean, you can imagine those dinner table conversations, right?
Yeah.
So my point here, Tim, is that these agents and the people who are running this whole thing on behalf of these politicians, it's like they just want to get us. And I went to prison so you won't have to. It's basically a call to like a wake-up call.
There is the bureaucratic state, the deep state, whatever you want to call it. But the concern that I have is, one, we've seen what Democrats do with power. You went to prison, and Merrick Garland did not.
That's right.
And I'm going to sit here right now and look into the camera and ask Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Dan, anybody to maybe, can they still bring the charges against them? Is it they can indeed. Okay, lock the guy up for the same amount of time that Peter went to jail for.
Get him at an airport.
The whole point,
Put him in leg shackles.
one of the key takeaways from I went to prison so you want to have to is this: if we don't hold them accountable, they will do it again and again and again. And so what we've got to
This
do,
is what they've always been doing.
what we have to do,
Since the 50s.
with all due respect.
I am all with you, Tim. I want
but-
these people investigated, subpoenaed, and if they did what they did, and I know they did it, put them in jail.
But let me just clarify. You say if we don't hold them accountable to do it again. I have to clarify if in any way Democrats are welcome back into power. Look.
You're right.
Yeah.
I don't.
Right. We can't give them that power.
They let in an estimated, I'm using the low estimate, 10 million illegal immigrants and granted them limbo status. This is massively destructive to any culture, any society.
And economy.
They put you and Steve Bannon in prison. Merrick Garland got away with it. He pardoned his son, Hunter Biden. Joe Biden pardoned his son. We have seen them charge Donald Trump with false felonies and brag about it. They arrested Trump's lawyers. This is the most shocking and egregious thing people need to understand. The Democrats in, I think, Wisconsin and Georgia arrested Donald Trump's lawyers for daring to give him representation. You had, what was the name?
Jen Ellis.
Jenna Ellis, was that right? Yeah. She was charged with 2 counts of RICO. Why? Trump had requested that she, as a lawyer, draft a letter. She did. They tried to lock her up. She cries, begging, like a coward, I might add.
Yes.
But still.
Thank you.
Still. They went after her, and then she dropped to her knees and please, she begged, don't hurt me anymore. The fact that Democrats charged Trump's lawyers should have told you exactly what time it is in this country.
Tim, let me make this point, okay? Again, I went to prison so you won't have to. Every person that I served with in the Trump White House, every single person, Tim, paid a price. On one end, if they didn't go to jail or get indicted, it was hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars of legal fees. Okay, it's the Dan Scavinos and the Mark Meadows. Mike Flynn cost him $7 million. Or they tried to take, or they're taking away the bar cards of Jeff Clark and John Eastman, or they bankrupted Rudy Giuliani. As you said, they put me and Steve Bannon in prison. People forget they wanted to put Donald Trump in prison for 700 years. And on the other end, of course, they tried to kill the boss twice, and they got my dear brother, Charlie Kirk. This is what they do, okay? This is what they do. We cannot give them back power because they will abuse it. And people have to understand that this justice system is broken. If you have justices ascending into the hierarchy simply for their political affiliations, bad shit's going to happen, and it's happening, Shane.
Rewind to Arctic Frost. Who were they surveilling? TPUSA. They were looking into TPUSA.
And Republican senators.
And senators.
And Mike Pence and Donald Trump and everybody in between.
And the justice system's totally destroyed. I mean, talking about your
it's a fishing expedition.
how they stripped you of your defense. Yeah. I mean, think about all the reporters who were at J6 who they didn't allow to even show press credentials.
Let me lay that out.
Let's talk about the media. Let's talk about the fake case against Tenet, me, Benny Johnson, and Dave Rubin. Yeah. And I'll stress this. You can say whatever you want about me, okay? Dave Rubin had a show where he reacted to comedy viral videos. It was in no way political. He left after a year, and they falsely try to claim, they lie and manipulate, claiming that Dave was spreading Russian propaganda. The show we licensed, The Culture War, we debate dating, we debate theology. We had a debate on geocentrism. Yes. And they lied. This case that was launched by Democrats was shut down about a month and a half, 2 months after they launched it without evidence. They fabricated evidence using false context, dropped it a couple months later, and then said nothing to the press. These people are willing to do
lawyer fees. That's what they get you.
Of course.
They don't give a shit if they put you behind bars. It's a bonus. If they got me behind bars, it was a bonus. But if they simply strip you of your money and your livelihood, that's a victory for them.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.